Hi everyone. Look at this picture. There are two lines here. There are two horizontal lines. So there's line A and there is line B. So there are two lines in this picture, line A and line B. Which line looks longer to you? Does line A look longer or does line B look longer? So which one looks longer to you? Line B looks longer, doesn't it? Well, let's measure to find out. Is line A longer or is line B longer? So I have a ruler here. So first I will measure line A. So I'm measuring line A, and line A is 10 centimeters long. So line A is 10 centimeters long. Now let's see if line B is longer than line A. So now I will measure line B. And line B is also 10 centimeters long. So line A is 10 centimeters long, and line B is also 10 centimeters long. So actually line A and line B are both the same length. They're both 10 centimeters long. But line B looks longer than line A, doesn't it? Line B looks longer even though they're both the same length. So line B looks longer than line A. So this is a kind of optical illusion. Optical means something to do with our sight, with our eyes, with seeing, and illusion is something that is not really there or is not how it appears. So an optical illusion is when we see something that's different from how it really is, or when we see something that's not really there. That's an optical illusion. So in this optical illusion, even though line A and line B are the same length, they're both 10 centimeters long here, line B looks longer to us than line A. So why is that? Why does line B look longer than line A? Well, look here on the ends of line B. On the ends of line B, there are these lines that point out. So these lines that point outward on the ends of line B make line B look longer to us. And on the ends of line A, there's these lines that point inward at the ends of line A. And those lines that point inward make line A look shorter to us. So these make line A look shorter, and these lines pointing outward make line B look longer to us. So that's a kind of optical illusion, something that fools our eyes and fools our brain. So these lines on the outside of line B, these lines that point out on line B, make line B look longer, and these lines on the ends of line A that point inward make line A look shorter to us. So they fool our eyes and they fool our brain. So that's an optical illusion. That's one kind of optical illusion. Here's another similar optical illusion. So in this picture, look at this picture. There are two orange circles here. There's one orange circle here on the left, and there's another orange circle here on the right. So which orange circle looks bigger? Does this one look bigger to you, or does this one look bigger? So which one looks bigger? Which one looks bigger? Well, this orange circle on the right looks bigger, doesn't it? But is it really bigger? Is this orange circle really bigger than this orange circle? Let's check and see. So I have a coin here. So this is a coin. It's a 5-cent piece. It's a nickel, an American nickel. is worth 5 cents. So I'll take this coin, this nickel, and first I'll put it over top of this orange circle. So it fits over that orange circle. Now I'll put it over this orange circle and see if it's smaller or the same size or bigger. So I'll move it over here. And we can see it's the same size. So actually, both of these circles, both of these orange circles, are the same size. So both the left orange circle and the right orange circle are equal in size. But this orange circle looks bigger than this orange circle, doesn't it? Well, why is that? Well, look on the outside here, around this orange circle, around the one that looks bigger to us, there's all these small circles all around it. So this circle is surrounded by small circles, but this orange circle has big circles all around it. All these circles are very big. There are 6 big circles all around this orange circle. So these big circles, the big circles all around this orange circle, make this orange circle look smaller to us, but the small circles all around this orange circle make this orange circle look bigger to us. So that's another kind of illusion. The small circles around this orange circle, the one on the right, make this orange circle look bigger to us, but the big circles all around this orange circle, all around the one on the left here, make this orange circle look smaller to us. So that's another optical illusion. That's another illusion, something that fools our eyes and fools our brain. So those were 2 optical illusions. Let's look at a different kind of optical illusion. Here's another kind of optical illusion. What do you see here? What do you see here? Do you see a vase, or do you see some faces? Or do you see both? Well, let's look at the black part here. The black part here looks like a vase. So a vase is something we use to hold flowers, something we can put flowers in. So the black part here looks like a vase. But let's look at the white parts of the image. What do they look like? If we put a black border all around it, we can see more clearly that the white parts here on the left and on the right, they look like 2 heads or 2 faces. So here are the foreheads, and here are the noses, and then here are the lips, and here are the chins of the faces. And then here are the necks. These would be the necks. So these white parts look like 2 faces. So these are like the sides of 2 faces. So the white parts look like 2 heads or 2 faces, the sides of 2 faces, and the black part looks like a vase. So depending on how we look at this picture, we can see either a vase, so the black part looks like a vase, or we can see 2 faces here. So we can either see a black vase or 2 faces in the white parts around the vase. Here's another illusion like that. What do you see here? There's a woman here, but is she a young woman or is she an old woman? What do you see? Do you see a young woman or do you see an old woman? Well, if we look here, this looks like the head of a young woman. So this is the young woman's forehead. This is the young woman's nose. She has a small nose. And this would be her chin. This is the young woman's chin, and there's her jawline here. And then this is the young woman's ear, and it's covered by her hair. She has long hair. And then this is her neck. This is the young woman's neck, and she's wearing something around her neck. She's wearing a necklace or something like that, a necklace or something, and then she has a collar here, and she's wearing a dress or something like that. And then she's wearing a hat or a bonnet on her head. It has a bow here, it has a flower here, it has some ribbons coming from the bow. So that looks like a young woman, but what if we look at it a different way? What if we turn the drawing and look at it a different way? What does it look like now? What do you see now? Do you still see a young woman, or does it look like an old woman? Well, if we look at the head like this, it looks like an old woman. So this is the old woman's forehead, but then this is the old woman's nose. So the old woman has a big nose, and on her nose, she has a bump on her nose. A bump like a wart or a mole or something, some kind of bump here on her nose. And there's her nostril, one of her nostrils. And then this is the old woman's eye. So she has a big, kind of sad looking eye. She looks kind of sad. And these are her lips. This is her mouth and her lips. She has thin lips like this. Kind of thin lips, and here's her chin, and then here's the old woman's hair, but also she has many wrinkles. Because she's old, she has wrinkles around her eyes, and wrinkles around her mouth and around her cheeks. So she has many wrinkles because she's old. And then her hair is kind of, it's black or dark here, and then it's white here. Again, this is an old woman, so she has wrinkles around her eyes, wrinkles around her cheeks, and her hair is kind of white. So depending on how we look at this, if we look at it this way, this looks like an old woman, but if we turn it and look at it this way, now it looks like a young woman. So this part looks like the head of a young woman, but this looks like the head of an old woman. So depending on how we look at this picture, it can look like a young woman or it can look like an old woman. So that's another kind of illusion. We can see two different things, or two different women. We can see a young woman, or we can see an old woman. Here's another illusion. What do you see here? What kind of animal do you see? What animal do you see? Do you see a duck, or do you see a rabbit? Well, this might look like a duck. This would be the duck's beak, and this would be the duck's eye, and this would be the duck's head, and then here's the duck's neck. But if we look at it a different way, if we turn it, now what kind of animal does it look like? It looks like a rabbit, doesn't it? This would be the rabbit's ears. So the rabbit has two ears like this, two rabbit ears, and then here's one of the rabbit's eyes, and here's the rabbit's head, here's the rabbit's nose here, and then here's the rabbit's neck. So if we look at it this way, it looks like a duck, and here's the duck's beak. But if we look at it this way, it looks like a rabbit. Here are the rabbit's ears. So this could either be a duck or it could be a rabbit. So depending on how we look at it, it could be a duck or it could be a rabbit. So duck, rabbit, duck, rabbit. Which is it? It depends on how we look at it. If we look this way or if we turn it, it can look like a different animal depending on how we look at it. So that's another illusion. Just like here, we can see a young woman or we can see an old woman. Here, we can see a duck or we can see a rabbit. Here's another different kind of illusion. What kind of animal do you see here? This looks like an elephant, doesn't it? Here's the elephant's trunk. Here's the elephant's tusks. The elephant has 2 tusks. Here's the elephant's eye. Here's one of the elephant's ears. The elephant has big ears. And here's the elephant's body. But then, how many legs does the elephant have? And how many feet does it have? So first, let's look at this part. So let's just look here at the legs, and let's count the legs. So how many legs does it have? There is 1 leg, 2 legs, 3 legs, 4 legs. So the elephant has 4 legs. It looks like the elephant has 4 legs. But now let's look at the feet. So here are the feet. How many feet does the elephant have? So let's count the feet. Let's count how many feet we can see. So here's 1 foot, here's 2 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet, 5 feet. So the elephant, it looks like the elephant has 5 feet. But the elephant has 4 legs. So the elephant has 4 legs, but it has 5 feet, or it looks like it has 5 feet. Let's look at the whole elephant here and see what's going on, what's happening. Why does the elephant look like it has 4 legs but 5 feet? So let's look at the legs here. These legs here, if we follow them down, we see there's the leg and then there's one of the elephant's feet. And again, the other back leg here, there's the leg and then there's the foot. But what about this leg? Look at this leg. So here's the elephant's body, then we see the leg here, but then there's no foot here. This leg goes nowhere. Just like this leg, if we follow it from the body down the leg, there's nothing there. So these legs don't go anywhere. They don't have any feet. But now let's look at these feet. Look at this foot at the front here by the elephant's trunk. If we follow it up, this foot, this foot goes nowhere. It's not attached to the elephant's body. So this elephant is impossible. This is an impossible picture because this elephant, these legs go nowhere and this foot goes nowhere. This foot it's not connected to the body, just like these 2 legs have no feet. These 2 legs have no feet. Also this leg doesn't have a foot either. It just goes nowhere. So this picture doesn't make any sense. It has 5 feet, but 4 legs. So this picture is impossible. So that's another kind of illusion. This is something that is not possible. It can't be real. Here's another kind of illusion like that. Here is a kind of staircase or a stairway. So these are stairs, but if we follow the stairs upwards, so if we go up the stairs, we go up and up and up and up, so we can go up and up and up and up and up and up and up the stairs, around and around and around, up and up and up and up and up forever. And if we go down the stairs, we can go down and down and down and down and down the stairs, down the stairs, down the stairs, down the stairs, down and down and down, around and around and around and around and around and around and around forever. So these stairs, this staircase or stairway just goes up and up and up and up, around and around forever, or down and down and down and down and down, around and around forever. So this staircase is impossible. It just goes on and on, up and up, or down and down forever. So this picture is not possible. It can't be real. Just like this elephant can't be real, or this elephant is impossible. It has 4 legs, but it has 5 feet. So that's not possible. Just like this staircase, it just goes up and up, around and around forever, or down and down and down, around and around forever. So that's not possible. So both those pictures are impossible. So we've looked at 8 different optical illusions. Optical illusions, things that fool our eyes and our brains. So there are different kinds of optical illusions. First here, we have these kinds of optical illusions. They trick our eyes or brains into thinking something is bigger or smaller, or that something is longer or shorter than it really is. So in the first one here, these lines at the end of line A make line A look shorter, but these lines pointing outward at the ends of line B make line B look longer. And then here we have 2 orange circles, and remember they're the same size, they're both the same size, but these small circles all around the orange circle on the right make that orange circle look bigger, but the big circles, all these big circles all around this orange circle on the left, make that orange circle look smaller to us. That's one kind of optical illusion. Another kind of optical illusion is where we can look at the same picture, but we can see different things. So in this illusion, in this image, depending on how we look at it, we can see the black part looks like a vase, like something you would use to hold flowers, something we can put flowers in. So the black part looks like a vase, but the white parts on the left and the right look like 2 heads or 2 faces. So they look like the sides of 2 faces. So these would be the foreheads, and these would be the noses, these would be the lips, and these would be the chins of 2 faces, of 2 heads. And then this one, depending on how we look at this drawing, it can look like a young woman, or it can look like an old woman. So this part looks like the head of a young woman, but this part looks like the head of an old woman. So this would be the old woman's nose, and this would be the old woman's mouth, and this would be the old woman's chin. But then if we look at it differently, if we turn it a bit, or if we look at it this way, we can see this would be the young woman's nose, this would be the young woman's chin, and this would be the young woman's ear, and this would be her forehead. So this picture could look like a young woman, or it could look like an old woman. And then this picture can look like a duck, or it can look like a rabbit. So if we look at it this way, it looks like a duck. This is the duck's beak. But if we turn it, or if we turn our heads, it can look like a rabbit. And the duck's beak becomes the rabbit's ears. So this can look like a duck or a rabbit. This can look like a vase, or 2 heads or 2 faces. This can look like a young woman or an old woman. And this can look like a duck, or it can look like a rabbit. And then finally, these illusions are things that are impossible. They're not possible. They're drawings of things that cannot really exist. So this elephant has 4 legs, but it has 5 feet, 5 feet. And these feet, this foot, goes nowhere. It doesn't connect to the elephant's body. And these legs here, they go nowhere. These legs, these 2 legs here, and oh, this leg too, these 3 legs have no feet. So this elephant is impossible. This picture is not possible. And also this staircase or this stairway is also impossible because it goes up and up and up and up this way in this direction, counterclockwise. It goes up and up and up, but it keeps going up and up, around and around and around and around forever. And then the other way, clockwise, it goes down and down and down and down and down and down, around and around and around forever. So this staircase never ends. It just goes around and around, up and up and up, or down and down and down forever. So both these pictures are impossible. So these are all different kinds of illusions. There are 8 different optical illusions. They're things that trick our eyes and trick our brains into seeing things as longer or shorter or bigger or smaller than they are, or as seeing 2 different things, as seeing a vase or 2 faces, as seeing a young woman or an old woman in the same picture, or as seeing a picture as one animal or another, either a duck or a rabbit, or seeing things that cannot exist, that are impossible, like an elephant, like this elephant with 4 legs and 5 feet, or this staircase that just goes around and around and around, up and up and up, or down and down and down forever. So those are 8 different kinds of optical illusions. Hi again, everyone. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked this video, please press or click on the like button, and please subscribe by pressing or clicking on the subscribe button, and press or click on the bell to see new videos like this one. And also please share the video with other people who you think might like it too.